All right. All right, let's open this up. There's more water. Audio check first, please. Should be streaming now. Come on. Cool. All right. Cool. There we go. Anyways, okay. Whoa. I should do my audio like everybody else likes to do now. I should do one video, always with the screaming voice, the over peaked voice. It's very entertaining for people. Anyways, so today, let's get this thing a little closer so I'm not trying to chase it everywhere. So today, I'm going to talk about, so awkward. Okay. Wow. Okay. So today, I'm starting off this stream today with a kind of a, the ankr crypto is a ankr crypto is a crypto that I'm personally interested in right now. And I wanted to go over briefly, why I'm in ankr in as short as possible, because it will end up being a short. Why ankr crypto or ankr crypto to the moon, whatever, just some tagline, who cares? But I think it's a good asset for anyone that's an investor, especially if you're a crypto person. So there's a big craze going on with AI. We're in you could call an AI bubble, I suppose. However, AI is going to be around for a while. It's just part of what we do. People have accepted it because they watch videos online all the time created by AI, as well as music. So everyone's already digging it. Everyone's already buying it. It's already a product. Having said that, what am I clipping? It's just part of what we do. People have accepted it because they watch videos online all the time created by AI, as well as music. So everyone's already digging it. Everyone's already buying it. It's already a product. Having said that, Okay, that's inaccurate. So everybody's already buying some form of AI, and they don't even know about it, because in order to use the services, data is being sold, collaborated, built up for people to use. That's why you get robocalls and all these things for you to buy things and certain ads on your phone because of that. So ANKR. Why ankr? Why ankr? So let's start with this. I'm going to do 3. I always think of things, anytime I'm learning something, doing something, investing, right? I always look at it as 3 prongs. I need 3 prongs of a story or information that's going to kind of represent a light plug. You have 2 power and you have 1 ground. So I need that for my decisions. So for ankr, what has recently came into fruition is that if you look at in the past, ankr, we'll go ahead and start typing here. Ankr has a Microsoft agreement. So that happened, right here. Ankr and Microsoft partner to offer enterprise node services. So you can research more into that, what that means. Everyone knows who Microsoft is. That should be enough. Ankr app chains. So here it is. You can actually purchase it for $6,200 a month. Keep in mind, this is at a enterprise level. So this is targeted towards enterprises to communicate with blockchain. It's pretty interesting. So you take it one step further. Second prong, we have the Microsoft agreement. The next prong that we have in place here is ankr. And let's talk about NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is the leader of AI. It's a $2.5 trillion market cap. Pretty powerful company. You can look into it more if you want, what it actually does. Anyways, so ankr, it was in March this year, where they're attending the NVIDIA conference, which is the AI king, right? So they were invited to do that. So there's two. We have Microsoft, NVIDIA, and then the next thing that was funny to me that happened was they have a brand new, as of March 26th. Keep in mind, they went there in March, which is, I think it was the March 15th or something like that, whatever. So March 26th, they came out with a new era of AI and blockchain innovation, where NVIDIA was curious about it and could be, partnering about that. Because in order for NVIDIA to thrive, they have GPUs that, of course, that's chips to help the AI world. They're building them. They're the largest manufacturer of that product. So therefore, we have an AI company loving an AI company that's into blockchain, and also Microsoft. So some pretty big names around it. So these stories develop pretty interestingly for people and companies and things of that nature. But this is why I'm invested in Ankr, and I think it's a great investment opportunity. I'm not an influencer about it. I just like to point it out when I can, based off of my knowledge. So if someone else wants to invest into it, they can. This is not financial advice. I always say that, because it's not. I'm just showing my research and results and the connections that I've made being in this market since 2018. So we shall see. And you buy it and you wait and you be patient, just like everything else in your life. So anyways, that's that. So we're done with that. The next thing we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about turning my phone over so I'm not distracted. And drink some water. All right. We're going to talk about turning my phone over so I'm not distracted. Okay. So I've been kind of going all over the place with what I want to do with this channel, and the introductory aspect of the channel, something that I've been wanting to create for a while. And the longer I'm doing it, the more things I'm enjoying doing it, and things that I'm coming up with to share experiences in my life. And it's always great to see other people sharing their experiences, things of that nature. Is this in the way? Okay. So my things that I wrote down, I finally stopped for a second and started writing everything down instead of typing it all out. So my live stream template is going to be, if you're seeing any of the live streams, the overall template is philosophy, which in this case, I'm going to read some form of philosophy or reread it, something that inspired me in the philosophy, and talking about that. And that brings me to storytelling and how I relate to it, or maybe that confusing philosophy, how it can be told in a story in the sense of relating to me or someone else out in the world. So, and the last thing is I want to present some music that I believe associates with that philosophy, and potentially even that story. That could be a cover of a song I already know. That could start me learning a song, what's called live learning on the channel, on the live stream. Or it could just be me jamming, because that's what I feel. Like whatever I feel is what is going to become of that philosophy and story into music. That's just real. That's just right now. That's what I have, and that's what I'm going to give. So the next thing is I'm going to have, as far as the non-live stream content, I've purchased a DJI action camera, and it's pretty cool. It's learning about it, learning about film, audio, everything. And if you haven't noticed, I started a family voiceover series in the playlist section, and ultimately I'm going to be taking this action camera and just recording experiences, swimming, snorkeling. Most of it's in Maine. And people can go in and experience Maine and see the underwater world of Maine, and go out mountain biking and see all that, POVs and all the stuff that, all the experiences here that are in Maine and that I enjoy with my family and that I like to do. So that'll be one of the things on the non-live stream content that I'm going to be creating. And of course, there's going to be a voiceover. And a lot of the times it's going to be silly with the kids. And sometimes I'll probably do product comparisons. I plan on buying the DJI Osmos Action 5 when it comes out, if I can get my hands on it, and then do kind of a comparison of 4 and 5 to see if there's a difference, especially in low-level light. That's what I'm interested in. Shoot down here in a basement, it's pretty dark. The water, when you go into the water, it starts to get pretty dark when you lose sun. So I'm interested in that. Other non-live stream things you're going to see on here is Watt's philosophy, or any philosophy, whatever I'm reading, whatever I feel like whatever I feel like bringing up at that point in time, and creating some form of content on it. Could be a Watt speech, could be a speech from Jim Carrey or Matthew McConaughey or Martin Luther King. It doesn't matter. If it's something that strikes me when I'm listening to these things, excuse me, I'm going to share them with everyone else. So the last thing is for non-live stream content is going to be special guest interviews. So one of the ones I just closed out was the Future podcast, which was kind of ADHD version of kind of understanding what the metaverse is in many different ways, and some of the benefits and the disadvantages and stuff like that. I'll be doing more things like that, bringing people on, whatever they want to talk about. Could be a garbage man talking about doing the garbage. It doesn't really matter. Just content, listen to, and see if you're interested in that experience of that individual. And that's it. None of it's super planned. There's going to be a poetry series, some other things. It's just unlimited. Yeah, it's got that. Yep. Yeah. And that's it. That's going to be the channel. So hope you tune into it and you enjoy it. And if there's any types of things you want to ask, put them in the comments of any video and any suggestions to something in Maine you're interested in to hear about or see. Put it on in, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe we'll do it as a family. All right. So that's that. That was the intro video. Now we can move on to some of the meat here. Sorry, I can't stop clearing my throat. Let me clear my throat. All right. So this book, the book is what it's called, right? Alan Watts. And I'm almost through it. Takes me a while to read this stuff. Pretty complicated, but before I got on the stream, I was just kind of reading it and it's like, okay, what's going to inspire me to want to go get on stream? I use philosophy to inspire myself or empower myself to be like, okay, cool. What am I going to stream about? Oh, wow, cool. That looks good. And it took me like 4 pages because anything else that I would have read out of this book would have confused the piss out of myself, again, reading it, and confused you for listening to it, honestly, unless you stared at the words for a long time. But I do believe that I'm able to say a brief statement out of here, and you could get something out of it, and, we'll see. So, all right. This story, or this philosophy that, this is from one of Alan Watts' stories, and he's talking about how we continuously try to solve problems that are actually not there as humans. And not even just humans, but solve problems in an environment of which we are part of, that we think needs to be fixed. And yet we're part of that environment. So we all need some fixing, including the environment and us, because neither one came before the other. And the main thing of this chapter is talking about that. It's talking about how like you see a cat and the cat has a tail and a head, but whenever I say cat, a lot of people envision a cat with ears, pointy ears, and a face, and a little nose, and some whiskers. I mean, that's very common. But the thing that people don't think about is the tail. And why not? Because isn't the tail a cat too? Isn't the tail and the cat the same cat? So it's literally that body image of that cat. That's a distinction or like a silhouette within an environment. So the cat is in essence a part of the environment. The environment is like a background of that cat. Just like that's really the depth of the depth that I'm going to go into with that part of it. But what I will say is that this idea is how we could view the world a little bit differently. And the fact that we are part of the environment as well. And we're not necessarily, we're not a special part of it either. We're really not. We're in the environment, and the environment is part of us, right? It's really deep because it's true. You know, we, at the end of the day, are always trying to get one up on the other person or whatever it is, the competition and, all that stuff. What you end up having is all these people, we're still kind of consuming energy, one form or another. You may be a vegan, maybe eat meat, maybe whatever, anything. So where we end up is we're all still in the same environment. That sun that's above us is providing a lot of this energy for this environment. The sun and plants feed animals, and we eat animals and plants and things like that. But yet those things also eat us. So we're all the same. We're all the same thing, and that's a very superficial version of it. And my goal in philosophy right now is to get better at understanding that, so I can explain it better to myself. So that way, when I think about it and talk about it, it makes a lot more sense. Because it doesn't otherwise. And I'm sure you're confused as hell if you're watching this live stream, because I am. So anyways, I'm going to read out of the book now. So again, this is Alan Watts of the book. Not an influencer for the book or Alan Watts. I just like him. I love his philosophy, and I like philosophy. So I'm going to read out of it. Okay, so some years ago, a friend of mine was walking through tea plantations near Darjeeling and noticed one particular group of fields where the bushes were all shriveled. On asking why, it was explained that the owner had felt so sorry for his impoverished workers that he had paid them double. But as a result, they had turned up for work only half the time, which was disastrous in the critical season when the plants have to be tended every day. My friend put this problem to an Indian communist. His solution was to pay them double and compel them to work. He then put it to an American businessman. His solution was to pay them double and put radios in their homes. No one seemed to understand that those workers valued time for goofing off more than money. And I'm going to stop there, because that's whenever I was like, oh man, this is good. This is really good. And I can reflect on it a lot. I think most people are able to do that too. Just simply sitting there and understanding, when you really think about the work that you're doing, your job and things of that nature or whatever it is, a lot of times it's just become about making money, and generally you want to find ways to go to work and goof off. And this story that he was saying was that these workers didn't care about getting paid double time. They just wanted to show up to work and goof off, but instead they were paid double time because they felt bad for them, even though they didn't need to be felt bad for. So it's just a really interesting story, because again, people just want to have fun. And, you go watch some birds or some squirrels messing around. Just watch the squirrels running around in the trees. They just goof off, and they don't care if they're making money or anything like that, And we get into this habit of losing that playfulness, and we end up striving to be less playful, less alive, less present, when that's all there really is the present. That job that you have, that you're working that money for and not, having some fun at, it could be temporary and it could be taken away. You could be taken away. There's nothing that's guaranteeing any of that. So just have fun, right? And if you can't, then go find another way to get resources, aka money, to feed yourself, to goof off and have fun. That's where it's at, and people will enjoy being around you more, and probably enjoy your business more, whatever you're in. So my story with that is just explain the philosophy, my interpretation of it. So my story is that I grew up loving cars. I mean, I even have a video in here with a Terminator Cobra. And anyways, one of my first vehicles I had gotten was a Mustang, and I loved that car. And ever since then, I was a big car guy. And all the time, I just spent so much money on these things. I would just like work more jobs and second jobs and figure out ways to hustle to make these cars faster and cooler looking, and just hang out with people and just goof off, right? So that is also a proven thing right there, that the money wasn't really something that I was after. It was after the goofing off and who with the hoonigans, just hanging out and just doing donuts or whatever, just doing dumb stuff, and what I'm interested in that moment in time. Some people just drink and they drink and they drink, and that's not because they want money. It's because they want to just goof off and kind of just go lose themselves. And alcohol provides a shortcut to that, because it's hard to get yourself as people call taking off the edge. It's hard to get to that state when you're in this process of rat race, and there's really no point to it, and you just want to goof off. And, so you go drink. Nothing wrong with drinking. Nothing wrong with any of that, right? It's your choice. But what I'm saying is that you have to ask the question, are you goofing off enough, what I would be saying, and really not, trying to do things for everyone else, and do something for yourself and just have fun with it. And you'll be very pleasant to be around as a human. So yeah, that's that. So we had philosophy, right, out of the book. And then now we're going to, we did storytelling, kind of how I relate to that, how I feel about it. Now we're going to do some music. And of course, the idea of it is goofing off. So the goof off, right? I probably won't sing a song. There was one song that I was going to sing, but that was What's Up by Four Non Blondes. It's an awesome song, because when I've researched it a long time ago, I was like, what is this song even about? I thought it was about like Me Too, hashtag Me Too movement, women power, and things like that, but it's not. It's not about anything. It's literally just making music. And that's whenever I enjoy myself the most, when I'm making music. Excuse me. And I'm not having to memorize all these lyrics and other arts or things like that, or just replaying pieces. So I'm going to goof off with kind of a playfulness, and that's going to be the loop, and then I'm done. All right, so this here silly little thing, we were eating breakfast today. I was like, what? This is funny, because I also have there's a didgeridoo in that back corner. You probably can't see it that well. There's only a little there, right there. So that didgeridoo, I used to have a didgeridoo, another one, and I loved it a lot. It was just so cheap, like a piece of PVC pretty much. And then sitting at breakfast and just having fun with this, I was like, this kind of looks like a didgeridoo. So it's like, well, what kind of noises can I make on this? So let me turn on this microphone and turn it down. Oh, that sounds great. It makes no sense, right? Like, who cares? I'm just goofing off with the freaking paper towel roll. It's now my instrument. I'm goofing off. Who cares? So, I mean, I can also goof off. This is what I do whenever I'm not on the stream and I'm just playing music by myself, practicing. I'm just like messing around with all the sounds. Like, how many sounds can I make here? Like, what would it sound like if I'll put early? I don't even know what this means. It's like, it sounds like a fart, right? So, Yeah, I don't like this. Help! It's like that creepy science fiction thing, and I'll intensify it. Help! Help! I'm down here. I'm down here. So, anyways, that. Oh, and you can echo it. There you go. Create a little cave environment. It's all right. So I'll figure out if I can find a way to loop this in to my goof off loop. I don't know what the hell it's going to sound like, but I'm going to experiment with all these sounds in front of me because it's fun, and I'm just present with it. Tonight, I'm ripping out the acoustic instrument, the acoustic guitar. I'm going to try to make some music with it. I've been playing my other one for a while, back on the wall. Still, I don't prefer any type of guitar, but I like the feel of an acoustic. So whenever I approach the music here, I always think about it in terms of how do I start it? Do I start it with what kind of a drum loop do I start it with? Like, if I want to start it with, how do I feel? It's like, I kind of think about boom, 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 boom. I can either do it like a vocal loop. I could do something like this. I could go boom, 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 boom. All right, I can do that. But I can also, I got the rhythm, so it's like I go boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I can tap on this and make that a drum beat. But what I really have enjoyed doing is finding all the different noises within garage. This is GarageBand right in front of me, and anyone can do this. By all means, lose yourself into GarageBand, because if you get to love it, it's just amazing. You don't need to learn an instrument. Just play GarageBand. It's freaking great. So what I do is I think about the rhythm and I tap in the tempo. If I could share the screen, it'd be sweet, but I don't have another camera over here. Dong dong ch dong 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 ch dong dong. So then I could probably record. Should I? Yeah, I'll try to screen record it. Might turn out like garbage, but we'll try. Do not disturb. Yep. Okay. All right. So what I do, hit the settings, go to tempo here, and then. It's about 80. You can put 80 and I'll be all right with that. So then I have this little guy on the screen. His name's Dez, is what they call him. So is a preloaded drum beat for you. Turn that up. I'm gonna do a little audio check over here. Okay. Got it. All right. So now, I mean, that felt about right. I mean, that's the tempo. That's what tempo I want. Okay. So do I want it simpler than that? Do I want it loud? See, I can just listen to this all day. It's that cool. So now the big challenge here, if I'm trying to loop this, is grabbing the loop. And I'll start it. I'm going to turn off the mic while I do this, though. Makes it a little easier. We'll see if it got it good. It's a good loop. Nice. I'll take that. So what I did below here, again, I used to have a foot camera. So if you want to go back to older videos, you can do that. But down here I have a looper. And what I do is I hit it with my foot. And everything's piped in through this board, this big board right here. So my iPad's going in there. Everything's going out into that looper. So everything I do here, there, everywhere, I can bring it through there and make it do it over and over again. Loop it. A.D.D loops, right? So now I can choose my groove, right? And how do I feel about this? I'm going to listen to that. All right. Here we go. So now, you know what? What I'll do now is I'll go and turn the recording on here. This is when it gets real tricky, because as I run more audio through that pedal, it sends a hotter signal to you guys, or who's this whole setup for my computer, and it'll clip. So I gotta be super careful right here what I add. It's very tricky. So I'm gonna put my screen record on. So what I'm doing here, there's the drum guy. No, go away, drums. Thank you. All right. So then I'm gonna hit these little 3 squares over here, top left. And then, you know, I personally, you know, I like to try to find a piano, or I use the piano as a matter of fact, and I set the key to the proper key. In this case, I'm gonna use E minor. I can adjust all these things that are in this crazy amount of things you can. I don't want to do that. You can set up all these things, different styles here, so it doesn't work, right? I don't like the sound. Some people might. All right, I add something. See if I can get another sound here. It's too much for me, so too much. Pulsating, don't like that. High pass. I like that, and I can turn it into a chord if I want. And now I'm going to add another loop down here. So you gotta be careful because that skippy sound, you don't want that. You want it smooth. So that's whenever I have to remove that whole loop and just do it again. And sometimes got to do it over and over again until you get it. It's music. See, and that's the unfortunate part. Then you're just like, well, I can't use it because it skips over. So I have to just find a new sound. They'll do this sometimes for like 20 minutes. And it's fun. Alright, so on the voyage for another song or another sound that I like. So it has the drums are good. I could possibly add drums in there, but what I need now is I need some kind of a melody because I have a groove. And if I think about this, like, what does it need? I mean, something needs to be, I can keep saying things and answering. So I can keep answering to this little, or I could go like this. Reverse it. But I don't know. I mean, it's cool and stuff, but I don't like it because I don't feel I can add on to it. I feel like that's a opportunity to switch the loop to a new fill, and I'll do that sometimes. Like I'll switch over, just kind of like a techno song, it flows into something else. But generally, I like to max out all the music I can and add tasteful things on it, because whenever I'm playing with other musicians, I can add on without muscle, like muffing up the song. I guess I could say muscling into the song. I don't want an ego of mine into the song. I want the song for the song. Like I want to add something to it, like this. It's just playful, right? It's not me just like man, fucking, you can do this like. Right, that's cool. It kind of answers it, but it's just more of me. Like, how can I get more of something, some other energy that's out there? And I do that by just kind of staring at stuff on this freaking iPad until I see something that's like, that looks like it probably could work, because I don't know what it sounds like until I just select it. There's no way I can memorize all these sounds. Some of them I can decide that I like, make that part of my signature sound. See, I don't like it. It's not doing anything for me. Let's see. Is it? Don't like that either. It needs to be like how? What else? It's like fooling around. So maybe that is the melody. Fooling around. And I can fooling around. Fooling around. Fooling around, 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 fooling around. Okay. Fooling around. How can I answer that? Fooling around. What's the call answer to this? Fooling around, fooling around. Okay, I'm gonna loop that. Fooling around, 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 fooling around. It's a little bit, but I like it. Fooling around, fooling around, fooling around. Now I can reverse some of it. I run off, I run off, I run off, I run off. And I can talk over that. I can do the same thing, I run off, but I'll change some of the effects. So I run off. Add a totally different feel to the song. I run off, fooling on, 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 I run off. It's opportunity. Fooling on, opportunity. Fooling on, I change that back here. So this is where you can change it, right? Fooling on, I run off. Fooling on, I run off. Yo, girl. Hey, bro. Fooling on, I run off. Noise. Fooling on, I run off. Fooling on, I run off. Fooling on, I run off. So I can reverse that part. Fooling on, I run off. Fooling on, I run off. And then I can do whatever I want here. Fooling on, I run off. 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 What? I'm just chilling over here. I'm just Easter streaming, I guess. What are you up to? How was your Easter? It was good. We had church, lunch, and I'm lying in bed right now relaxing. Good. Relaxing's fun. I like lying in bed relaxing. They're all upstairs. Um, they're all just jamming upstairs, doing their thing on a Sunday evening. Yeah, that's it. They're hanging out. We went out to the lake today, to the lake with the grandmas. Did Easter egg hunt this morning. It was fun. Hell of a hiding. Fun, yeah, super fun. Yeah, this is like fun times over here. Super fun. There's been like flooding in this state and stuff, but we're very fortunate not to have to deal with that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that question. I've been definitely thinking about it a lot. Whoopsie. Turn off freaking capo. I don't want that thing no more. Let's give myself a rhythm over here. We miss you too. Yes, I know. I definitely miss you guys. Been thinking about that a lot lately. And yeah, it's been interesting stuff up here. Let me find a groove here. I'm gonna find a groove and jam. We can keep chatting like this if you want. I'm good with that. I like to have a little bit of distraction. I don't like that groove at all. Let's see if I can find something that's too fast, maybe? Nah, it's too much. I'm gonna do a slow groove. Boom, boom. You know, right here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Oh yeah, that's like Keith Sweat, isn't it? You know you want my loving, baby. God. I can't do anything with this musically. I'm gonna switch this rhythm pattern. Too much stuff going on. Slow jam. What does this sound like? Okay. No. I'm just not feeling it. What if I do an acoustic setup? Acoustic. Let's do Southern California. Oh, it's too slow. I need to make up my mind. What do I want here? Too many fills. Yeah, I like that. what do I do with that? G, okay. So now I'm gonna be like, look for all the G's because I think it sounds good with G. So one song I've been working on lately, I'm really having a lot of fun with, and again, working on it lately, meaning I was watching Willy Wonka, the new one, the old one, every freaking Willy Wonka is amazing. So that song, just the pure imagination song, has always brought me in. I started to look up chords and tabs and stuff on it, and I got super confused. I'm just trying to hear the song a little bit, and it's pretty tough for me because, like, I really like the song, and so I'm gonna just mess around with it real fast. But this is probably the last song I mess around with while I'm on the stream because it's like 8 o'clock, yeah, and I'm gonna drink a lot of water and go to bed very shortly. So here we go. That's it. See, the lyrics, I like doing the lyrics better than the, give me the lyrics, baby. Pure imagination lyrics is what I want. Pure imagine, I'm gonna sneeze. All right. Like, he's sitting there talking to the people when he's introducing them to the candy world after they get out of the tiny room. And, oh, goodness. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, that's what I did. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the chocolate room. And he's like, hold your breath, make a wish, and count to 3. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. So then it's all breathy and stuff. So that part right there, once I get this down in the second verse of it, like just memorizing the lyrics like right on the top of my head, then I can dictate it the way I want with my own voice. And because I really love the jazzy feel of that song is just so flowy. And so if I do it again, of course, my throat's all jacked up or something right now, but either way, I can still work on it. Come with me, and you'll be. Come with me, come with me, come with me, and you'll be. It's horrible. In a world of pure imagination, take a look, and you'll see, into your imagination. So what I do now is just get out of the original Gene Wilder's, I think is his name, Gene something. He wrote that song, the guy that's singing it. And I have to get out of that head, have to get out of that space, have to get in my own voice. So my tip for singers to do that, especially if you have an instrument that you play, is to truly listen to your instrument and let that energy coming off those strings guide your energy, and try not to impress anyone. That's very difficult, especially when you're learning something new. It's like this, and it's very vulnerable of you to do it in the first place to yourself. So what I recommend is listening to the chords, and then until you find that openness in your throat, and do all sorts of funny stuff. A lot of people, they go, you'll see them do it before his speech. And other people do these things before they sing backstage, do big speeches. You don't see it, but it happens. The image that people want to sell you is that they can do everything like nothing, like they're just born to do it. But they put on their pants or whatever, socks, get out of bed like every other human does. Yet they work on this and they practice and they find their voice within themselves, and it takes time. So if I sit here and I'm just like, come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. So that's more of me. It's not somebody else that sang the song. And I'll get more into me. And then I'll think about this song and how I want to emit that energy and relax into that. So don't want to use a pick, don't want to use my hands. How do I feel it? What makes my stomach go? So, come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see. Oh. And there's chords too, you gotta remember that. Into your imagination. And then you can turn your head some. Some singers will turn their heads like this. You'll see them do that, like this, because it gets their oxygen flowing on that side. Right? It brings a different resonance to the song. It's really neat how people get in tune with their bodies as instruments when they're singing. To be... Why ain't this chord working for me right now? Come on, baby. Come on, honey. So you can't... there we are. You have to mute that one. All right. Come with me, 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 and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. And then we'll begin with a spin in the world of my creation. And what we'll see will defy, what we'll see will defy explanation. And if you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want, do it. I want to change the world. See, I don't know this part. I'm just kind of going along with it. But yeah, we'll for sure get this song down and be singing it without staring at this stupid screen, trying to memorize all the lyrics. And once I figure out the chord structure I want and I get my groove where I want it, love you. Bye. Thanks for coming on in and chatting it up. Appreciate that. So yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm pretty much done. And you'll, as I get further into it, you'll probably see a long video of me doing that song in the future. So I just look forward to putting out some more content, and stay tuned. I'll be doing all sorts of content with the snorkeling and all mountain biking and all sorts of whatever comes to mind. It's pretty fun stuff. So, all right. Have a good one.